In the palace garden, one day, the young boys, the cousins, Pandavas and Kauravas, were playing. And they had a big ball which they kicking about. Bhima suddenly took it as a head to kick it fast. It went to the next place where there was a deep well. The ball fell into it. The boys then ran to the well and tried to peep into it and were trying to take it out. They couldn't. At that time, a very learned Brahmin was passing through the palace gardens by name Dhrona. Bhishma, the boy's grandfather, who was sitting there and taking care of them to see that they don't come into any mischief, saw this Brahmin and was wondering who he was. At that time, the Dharma ran to Dhrona and asked him to help them to retrieve the ball. Dhrona came near the well, saw a lot of kusha or darba grasses going there. He plucked a few, broke them into little pieces, came to the well and threw one piece into the well. The kusha grass got stuck to the ball. Dhrona threw another piece and it stuck to the former piece. Similarly, he threw a lot of pieces and made a string of kusha grasses which he pulled up and gave the ball to the children. Bhishma, who was seeing all this, came down and greeted Drona. He asked him who he was and why he was there. Drona said he was a teacher who was in search of princes to teach them warfare, the Vedas, and everything a prince needed to know. Bhishma very much appreciated it and promptly engaged Drona and made him Drona Acharya to teach the boys, the princes, and made him an important member of the court. While the teaching session was going on, there was a hunter in the nearby forest and he had a son called Ekalavya. Now Ekalavya was very keen on learning the warfare, the archery and the other things. He came to Drona and asked him to take him also as a disciple and teach him archery. Dronacharya refused, saying he was a hunter's boy and he cannot mix with the princess. Ekalavya, being very upset, went back to his village and inside the forest he made a clay form of Dronacharya, installed it and said his prayers to them and with deep concentration started learning all the art form of warfare from the clay figure. As days went by, the princess and Ekalavya grew up and Ekalavya became very proficient in archery. One day while the princes were playing, Arjuna aimed an arrow at a wild dog. This arrow went and kept the mouth of the dog open. And this particular form of archery was now taught only to Arjuna, being the favorite of Dronacharya. When Arjuna ran to see the dog, to his amazement, he found another arrow holding the dog's mouth wide. So he came and told his guru. He said, someone else knows the same trick. So Dronacharya went in search and found Ekalavya proudly standing there. So Dronacharya asked him, who taught him? He said, you did. He said, I never taught you. I refuse to take you as my disciple. Then Ekalavya took him into the forest and showed him the clay murti of his guru and said, I prayed every day and mind to mind you taught me everything you knew. Drona was astonished and blessed the boy and told him he cannot learn something without giving Gurudakshina. Now this boy was very poor. So he said, Guru, whatever you ask, I will give you as Gurudakshina. Drona, knowing the future and knowing that Arjuna should be the most powerful, asked without hesitation the right thumb of Ekalavya as Gurudakshina. Ekalavya did not hesitate even for a minute. He cut off his thumb and gave it to Drona. Such was his bhakti that he even do archery without his thumb, with the blessing of his guru.